Hey guys, welcome back. So today I wanted to do an update video about the baby, and it's been a while since I put up any type of video about him and the process of everything that we've gone through. And I'm getting a lot of people that's seen my last videos about my pregnancy and me giving birth, and they're commenting, asking how the baby is. They want an update, and so I thought I'd do an update and kind of talk a little bit about postpartum. Right now it's been a little over 8 weeks, so I think it's like 10 weeks now. Well, it's gonna be 10 weeks this week. When I'm filming this. Yeah, this week. I'm gonna post this video. Anyway, so first of all, I just want to say thank you to everyone that commented and that reached out to me to wish me luck, sending their prayers out, and just having any type of concerns for me and the baby. And I just want to say I appreciate it. It was a kind of a rough time, and a lot to adjust to, but everything is okay. He is okay. He's perfect. He's a little fat little baby now. So I just want to start really quick before I get into talking about him and all of that. I do want to start off talking about postpartum. Me personally, I haven't gone through it, thank God, and it can happen at any time, really. It's really hard for a mother to even notice she's going through postpartum. I mean, some people know right away, like they feel it and they feel depressed and they just feel emotional, and they can tell that. But sometimes you feel it and then you're just like, no, I'm good, I'm just having an off day. And sometimes you just don't even realize that you're going through it. And I just want to say, for any mothers out there, or new moms, anything at all, pregnant women, it can happen at any time. And just don't be afraid to talk to someone, anyone. I mean, even if you have to sit in the mirror and talk to yourself and just cry and let it all out, and something that'll make you feel better, because you don't want to hold that in. It is a very touchy thing, and it's important to express your feelings in this time and all the emotions that you're going through, because pregnancy is hard, no matter if it's a good pregnancy or a complicated one like mine. It's hard. So I just want to say to anyone out there that's feeling sad, feeling blue, contact someone. Shoot, you can email me. I have my email down below. It's something to take serious, and you just want to talk to someone all the time to get through it, and you just to know you're not by yourself, because it's common. People go through it. Even last week I was feeling sad. So you just need to find someone that you can talk to and confide in and just vent. Sometimes that's all you need to do, is just vent. It's hard dealing with a bunch of emotions. Sometimes you don't even know why you're emotional, and you're just crying and you're just sad and you just want to let it all out. So it's okay to feel all types of emotions while you're pregnant. It's going to happen. It's really normal. So personally, I haven't gone through it. I think more lately, because if you guys don't know, the baby's name is King. So King is supposed to be coming home at the end of this month, because his original due date was October 27th. So he's supposed to be coming home this month, and I think now that this month has approached and I see how much he has grown and how great he's doing, and then I just want to take him home, because he still is in the hospital. For those of you that don't know, obviously you guys don't know because I haven't done an update, but he still is in the hospital. And lately I think my emotions been getting the best of me now, more lately, because I'm getting so anxious that I just want to take him home already. Or when I go visit him every day, so when I'm at the hospital with him and I come home, I think I do get more emotional and more, not sad, but just like I miss him and I just want him home already. So I think now, more lately, because it's so close to his due date and I want him home so bad already, that I do get more emotional about it. I don't think I'm going through postpartum at all. I just think I'm going through what any NICU mom goes through. Like, they just want their baby home after a certain amount of time. He's been there for over 2 months now. So it gets kind of tough. I mean, I see him every day. I, I spend time with him. So I'm grateful, beyond grateful for that because, there's parents, there's mothers there that live far and they can't come every day, or they have to work and they just can't make it every day. So I'm very grateful that I still get to go see him every day and spend time with him. So I haven't gone through postpartum, but I do feel now more emotional, and I do get a little more sad now. But I think it's more so just anxious because I just want him to come home already. Like, he's doing so well, but I know he has to stay there until, the doctors say it's time. So, or till he says it's time, really. So, just stay strong. Even for any NICU mom out there, I praise you women because I never, people don't, when you're pregnant, you plan this whole pregnant, perfect pregnancy, and like you do all these things to not get stretch marks, and you start planning how you want to give birth and what hospital, and you pack your bag and you do all this stuff to prepare for the pregnancy that you want and the birth, how you want the birth to go. Just like us, like we originally planned that we might have wanted to do it in water. I know for sure I wanted to have a natural birth. And I mean, things just don't happen that way. So I don't even know if some of you know my story. If you don't, the link is down below. I will put any and all of my pregnancy video links down below in the description box. But long story short, my water broke at 26 weeks. I stood in the hospital for 2 weeks until he decided he wanted to come out. And he decided at 28 weeks he was ready to come out. And I had a C-section, which was right when my water broke. It was already determined. It was set in stone that I was going to have a C-section. So that was that, really. So, you plan to have all this perfect pregnancy, pushing him out, and mine was complete opposite. I had a C-section and he wasn't coming when he was supposed to. I didn't have a baby shower. I didn't get to hold him right after he was born. It took me a few hours before I can even go see him. And when I got to see him, you guys will see in the video down below in my giving birth video that I just had to reach my hand out to touch his hand basically. And that was pretty much it until the next day when I can get up and go in the wheelchair and get wheeled over there, that I got to see him and hold him. So, it doesn't always go as planned, and it's okay because really it's not up to you. It's up to the baby and your body when they're ready. I mean, you really can't fight against it. So I just want to say that it is okay to feel any emotion. Things don't always go as planned. That's normal. Although society and the world doesn't make you feel like that's normal. There's millions of women that have C-sections all the time. I've never noticed. I've never even paid attention to a NICU department. And there's new babies coming in the NICU department every day. It's crazy. And everyone has their own story. And everyone, has a different situation. So my baby has his own crazy story of how he was born. And that's a whole nother time. But basically, his foot was coming out of my vagina, and long story short, it was OMG, let's get her upstairs right now to give her the C-section. So he just wanted to come out. He wasn't playing no games. He was just ready to hang out with us. Now, for everyone that's asking about him, and they all want an update, I've gotten so many comments actually now more recently in the last couple weeks that they wanted an update on him. So in the beginning, he was already born. He was born at 28 weeks, obviously, and he was breathing on his own. He was working really hard. He was super tiny. He was born 2 pounds 11 ounces. Was it? Yeah, I think so. 2 pounds 11 ounces. 2 pounds 10 ounces. Yeah. So he was super tiny, just skin and bones, really. There was no meat to him. He was when he was born, he was breathing on his own, but he was working super hard to do that because his lungs weren't properly developed yet. So they put him on machines, like to open his lungs when he breathes to help him out. And he was on that for a while. He really moved along really quickly, honestly. He was on that for a few weeks, and then he got moved up to something else called Vapotherm, which is just like a nasal cannula, like what we would all get if we were getting a surgery at the hospital. Like, they just put it on your nose to push air in your nose. And he was given that at a higher, what's the word? Like a higher pressure to help him breathe still. And then he was still in his little incubator for a while. Maybe just like a month ago, he got out of his incubator. He's in a regular bassinet that he would be put in if he was born at full term and you gave birth and they put him in the little bassinet. He's in one of those now, hanging out. He's doing great. His temperature is always great. He eats like a monster. Yeah, I will put like a few pictures and if I can, like a little video clips of things that I've recorded of him laughing or something. But he really is. He's very strong. He has like a feeding tube, which they don't really use anymore because he's got the bottle down packed. So they had the feeding tube and he'll like rip it out. Like, he knows he doesn't like it. He just grabs it like with a grip that I like have to fight with him to like rip his hand off of it, but he grips it and he just rips it out. He knows he doesn't like it. He's like, get this stuff off me. But he's great, and I just want to thank everyone really quickly again, because he's gotten so much support from people that don't know me, that don't know him, and I just really appreciate it. I think that's so nice of everyone to take time out their day to send prayers out, to wish, you know, all the best of luck for all of us. So yeah, I mean, there's really not much to say. Like, he's definitely a character. He's starting to look more like me. Before, he looked like his dad a lot. He looked like Anthony, like, to a T. Now he's starting to look more like me. But he definitely has Anthony's, like, personality. Like, Anthony's real, like, serious and, like, mean mugging all the time. And that's definitely King. King always got a mean face and, like, grumpy all the time. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know how to update. Like, I wish he was here so I can show you guys. But yeah, he's doing great. Like, I'm gonna go see him after I edit this video. But pretty much, now he weighs, I called this morning and he weighs 6 pounds 11 ounces. Like, we have like thousands of preemie clothes that he only got to wear like once because he grew like super quick. And I'm just like, okay, now I have all these preemie clothes. I don't know what to do with them. I want to give them to someone that would need them, but I obviously don't know anyone that's having, you know, well, you don't know you're having a preemie, but that has had a preemie. So I really don't know really what else to update you guys on besides to let you know that he's doing great. He's eating fine. He's breathing fine. They've taken off all his breathing, like all the breathing stuff. He just has a feeding tube, which they really don't use because he's eating out the bottle like a monster. So that's pretty much it, and I don't know what else to say about him. Like, he's perfectly fine. I mean, I don't know if people expected me to say like all these things are going on, but like really nothing has happened with him. Every day he eats, he sleeps, he breathes, and he poops, like, a lot. So I can tell you sort of what it's like going into a NICU and what it's like being in the NICU and what a NICU in general is like. So every day I go around noontime, so to say, like either between 12 or, yeah, like from 11 to 1 o'clock. I usually leave my house and go around those times. And when I go, you know, you obviously have to, like, we have a wristband, like the patient wristbands that we have to keep on all the time. We have to use that every time we go, and so they have to see it so they know that you're a patient at the hospital. I really don't wear mine anymore because it's been 2 months. Like, I'm not going to wear that thing for 2 months, and then they give you a new one and they just expect you to wear it. I'm like, no, I just keep it in my purse and show you when need be. But anyway, so you go up to the NICU, they let you in, It's a very, not isolated, but you know, it's very hygiene important, obviously, because, you know, these babies are tiny, their immune systems are not strong, so you need to be clean to a T, and don't pass on any bacteria or anything like that, because the baby's obviously not strong enough to fight it on its own. So, entering the NICU, they have the big washing machines, the big sinks, and you wash your hands for 2 minutes. Yeah, you wash and you wash. I'm trying to think. At first they had it where you just put like the gowns, these long sleeve gowns over your clothes, so obviously your clothes that have anything on it that from walking outside or anything like that, being in dirty areas, your baby obviously doesn't want to be all over these clothes, breathing all that in. Possibly, you know, they drool and have their mouth open, licking any of your bacteria that's on your clothes. Anyways, so before they had it where you put it on right after you wash your hands, but they changed the rules where once you enter the room that your baby is in, they have it right at the door, and you put the gown on right when you enter the room. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So once you enter the room, you're in a room with a couple babies. I don't know how, I mean, every NICU is different, I'm assuming. Mine, at the hospital he's at, it's 4 babies in a room. And yeah, my little pumpkin, he's just sleeping every time I go. Sometimes he's up, like just waking up, because I usually go around his feeding time, and he knows when it's feeding time, because he wakes up and he starts like rooting, like looking for a bottle. He found his fingers in his hands, so I mean, he doesn't suck his thumb, but he'll like put his hands in his mouth and like go crazy trying to find like a bottle or something to suck on. So I usually go around then, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So when I go, like I said, I go around feeding time, so I change his diaper, I check his temperature, and since I breastfeed, I do put him to breast now that he's getting, before he was just getting a bottle, now we've, you know, he's gotten to the point where he knows how to latch on now. So we do breastfeed. Yeah, we'll breastfeed. And then sometimes, like, he'll still want more food. So we'll give him a bottle of breast milk again. And he's just fat. He likes to eat. He likes to sleep. He likes to fart. He likes to poop. He enjoys all of it. He smiles when it happens. He's very excited about it. So, approaching the time of him coming home, I haven't gotten a date yet. I know everyone always asks me, like, when he's coming home, when is he coming home? I don't have an exact date yet. A couple weeks ago, he got his 2-month immunization shots, and that kind of set him back a little bit because he got sick, and his breathing was just all, like, fluctuating on the monitors, and he was just not happy. He wasn't himself. So they had put the breathing, not the breathing like machine. They just put like the air in his nose again, and it's just room temperature air. They just put it so that when he breathes in, like he doesn't have to work so hard because it's already in his nose. So they put that back on him for a couple days, and now he's just coming back. He's like wasn't eating, and that's why they had the feeding tube still, because he just wasn't feeling like eating because he was just so weak and sick and didn't feel well. He just wasn't happy from having the shots, which I don't think anybody is really. So now he's feeling a lot better. Now he's eating. Yesterday he ate his whole 2 ounces, and then he still wanted more. And on top of that, we breastfed. He's a monster. So now he's feeling a lot better. So I'm hoping by next week, being that the week after that would have been his due date. So I'm hoping by next week they start talking to me more about what